So lastly, the second thing that you need to assemble is this. So this is a connector that we will be using to provide power to our D0 Nano. So the requirement for that is something that you should read in the datasheet. The first thing that you need to do is you need to tin the wires. So what I will do is I'll heat up the wire similar to the process before, and I'll just apply a solder. So there is a coat of solder over my wires. We do this so that whenever you strip a wire, that is whenever you remove the insulation from the edge, from the top of the wire, there are multiple strands. These strands can cause problems or can break off due to tension or by when you rotate them or things like that. To avoid that, we do tin here. Now the second advantage of doing tinning is once you have done the basic setup, you can just heat up the tin and it will settle off into the pad. So while connecting, if you look at the PCB closely, you should see a positive plus sign and negative minus sign on these two pads written 5 volts. So what we will do is we'll take the brown cable and we'll connect it to the 5 volt thing, and we'll take the black one and put it into the negative sign slot. So now to solder, we'll rotate the PCB. Look how I'm doing is I'm holding it up with one hand. I'll initially just heat up the solder so that due to the tinned solder it will settle off. Now to make the joint stronger, we'll need to provide a bit more solder so that the joint is nice. The joint is good, it's not dry. So now I have provided sufficient solder. So if it is something like this, there are chances that it will break off. To avoid that, you can heat it up from top and just push your this inside a bit, and this you should be good to go. If you look, the joints are again triangular. You have to make sure that the joints are triangular. Now the same process will repeat with the black one. Black will go into the negative. Now for the first step, I'll take my solder iron. I'll just heat it up. Because I had tinned it previously, it will melt and latch onto the pad. Now to complete my joint, to make it secure, I'll heat it up again. Now it is done. Check sure from both of the sides that the joint is clean. If you have a extended joint, that is the metal part is sticking out from the insulation, there are chances that during the wear and tear or during your usage you might break it. So you have to make sure that the insulation touches your PCB so that you have a strong joint that lasts for a long time. Okay, that is the soldering part. You have to solder two more things, that is the level shifter and this thing. Once you are soldered both of them by the process that we followed right now, you should be good to go.